We've begun organizing a broad coalition of NGOs and news organizations, Associated Press, New York Times, Committee to Protect Journalists, Reporters Committee for Freedom of Press, Open Society Institute, Human Rights in China, and Foreign Correspondents Club of China, beginning efforts to work out a system whereby legal counsel will be available for those journalists who run into a legal emergency. 4 years ago in New York City, where I'm from, there was a Republican National Convention. There were wide protests. Among the thousands of people who were rounded up by the police were 8 journalists. Those 8 journalists spent up to 24 hours in detention. We got lawyers for them, and none of them were charged. This effort has been going on since 1972. Every 4 years, where there's a Republican National Convention or a Democratic National Convention in a host American city, media defense lawyers working pro bono organized to consult with the police in advance, and then when a journalist is arrested, go to the police station, go to the courthouse, go to the jail to win the release of the journalism. And that's the model that we're hoping to apply to Beijing. It will not be an easy time to arrange to select a group of Chinese lawyers. Number one, this is undoubtedly a politically sensitive matter. Government approval may be needed. Second, these lawyers will encounter unquestionably more than the usual amount of harassment and intimidation from the authorities. Third, how are we going to pay them? And fourth, the sheer number of journalists. I mentioned that 8 journalists were arrested 4 years ago in New York City, a somewhat liberal American city. Of the 2,000 journalists who visited. Now, if you extend the arithmetic to 30,000 journalists over 2 weeks, that would mean that 120 journalists will be arrested in 1 week, or 240 journalists will be arrested in 2 weeks, if the New York ratio persists. And it assumes the identical legal and criminal justice environments in the 2 cities, which is somewhat in doubt.